the first episode of the College Insiders Build the Teachers. So we have 3 special guests here, Miss Muthu, Miss Lu, and Miss Aamenah.
How long have you been teaching in this school?
I've been teaching 1.5 years currently. Last year I joined and we continue teaching school this year.
At some point I lost track, but I think this is my 5th year.
Wow. 2.5 for me. Still quite young.
So, question 2. Do you have any Chinese names?
I don't.
I do.
I neither.
What's your Chinese name?
Do not deduct my ELP, but my Chinese name is Lu Xue Yan. Xue is snow, Yan is the inkstone. So the meaning behind this name is, I think my parents want me to be pure and also intellectual. Yeah.
Okay. Question is, why did you choose this school to teach in?
Let's start with the most experience.
Honestly, it was just by accident. I didn't really plan of coming to this school. This is actually my 2nd school. I also love my 1st school, by the way. It's just that I felt that there was a need to change the environment, and I was just going on website for job hunting, and I come across this school, and realizing that I actually did a 1-day practicum here when I was doing my master's. So, okay, let's give it a shot, and then everything turned out well. And I'm so glad that I actually ended up here. Meeting you guys, nice.
I have a similar answer. This is my grad job. That means right after I graduated, this is the first job that I got. So I haven't had a school before this. Yes, in my teaching practice maybe. I think the vibe of the school really attracted me. You guys are so funny and intelligent and so in touch with a lot of other aspects of school life, not just the academic part. And as a teacher, and I do high school in Hong Kong, so to experience that side of Hong Kong students, I was really I really enjoyed that.
Right, very similar to Miss Aamenah as well. This is my first school right after graduation, so when I did practicum in different schools, it's very, very good that kids would pass by or say hi or interact. So here I really find it very belonging, and kids are very friendly, and that's why the lively atmosphere got me here.
So, next question is, what are your hobbies? Quite simple.
I love playing badminton, and that comes out rarely, but something that I love to do on a regular basis, walking by the shore. So anytime you see me walking by the shore, that means do not disturb me. I am having my own time.
Typical English teacher answer, I love to read. But I also consume books in different mediums. I love audiobooks. So if ever I'm on a walk, like my Miss Muthu as well, I love to pop something in. I love listening to podcasts. Guilty pleasure is I love listening to those podcasts that read out like people's problems and then give advice. Sometimes they can get very spicy, so I like listening to those sort of things. But yeah, I find myself rotting a lot in my free time. Not a good habit.
You're a big Shakespearean.
Yes.
She loves Shakespeare.
Really Shakespeare.
Yeah. My hobby, it's going to sound very nerdy. I love watching Oxford debate videos. Yeah, it's so fun. I mean, like, it's
Debate teacher.
Yeah, because I just watched them delivering their speech, talking about political, economical, very sensitive issues, but they're able to deliver it in such a persuasive way, and I just admire them so much. I would really, really be honored to be able to one day step in that room and just be a observer would be something to dream of. And that's my hobby. And my actual hobby is to spend time with a cat. It's just staring at her. It's enough. I do a lot of staring, and I do a lot of sniffing as well.
Sniffing?
Oh yeah, I sniff my cat. Yeah.
What's your ethnicity or nationality?
I am Pakistani. Ethnically, that's my nationality. Ethnically, my paternal grandparents are from Delhi, that's in India, and my maternal grandparents are also from India, in Hyderabad, Deccan. But in 1947, there was a partition between India and Pakistan. So then in the 50s, they moved over to Pakistan.
I am Indian, but nationality to be specific, South Indian.
What's the national language? Like
Tamil. So it's the only oldest living language currently. So Sanskrit died, so it's only like Tamil that's left. It's the oldest living language. If you guys do research, you can see that.
my nationality and ethnicity, both Chinese.
Next question. What songs or artists do you listen to?
So, for English music these days, I'm really listening to Noah Khan. Yeah, I love his vocals and his lyricism. It takes me back to a time that I don't know, that I never really experienced, but it feels nostalgic. You know, so I like his songs like False Confidence, Stick Season, etc. All those other ones. And then for Urdu music, which is my mother tongue, I love the band Bayan. If you listen to Urdu or Hindi, I recommend that you check them out.
For me, I'm going back to my childhood, living in my nostalgic times. I'm currently listening to One Direction. I don't know if it's kind of ironic, but yeah, ironic that they split into different directions, but I really love their band music. Like One Thing, What Makes You Beautiful, Night Changes is everything. Like Night Changes is so beautiful to listen to. And one single artist, if you ask, would be Taylor Swift. I love listening to her music too. And if you're asking me about Indian music, I love slow, melodic, A.R. music.
Oh my God, I listen to all kinds of music, so I can't really. I like my favorite song is. Oh my God. It's
No,
the
no,
one
yeah.
that we always sing together. No.
We sing together.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. Life has just begun.
What's that?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. That's my
Great.
favorite. Yeah, and I love Freddie Mercury. But I also listen to Led Zeppelin. I listen to Pixies, Radiohead. I also love Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Luce, it's a beautiful vocal. I love Sinead O'Connor. So good. It's unfortunately she passed away. But for Chinese music, I love Tea-cher a lot. Very good, very good. And Tea-cher, yeah. I love this music. It's beautiful.
Why did you choose to become an English teacher, and what would be your job if you're not a teacher in that sense?
Miss Lou, very excited.
Can I say at the last?
Okay. Should I go first? Sure. So, for me, actually, very interesting story. Right until I was in Form 6, I was actually going to be a software engineer. Yes. I really like computers and science. I was top of my class. But when I got to that year level, and up until that point, our teacher would always say, "Oh, I don't like my final year students. I never like my final year students. They always get so lazy." But then when I got to final year, I realized it wasn't the students that changed, it's the teacher. She completely pulled back, and as someone who couldn't afford to go to tutorials after school, I found my grades dropping. That really showed me like the power that a teacher can have in my students' life. That's what made me interested in pedagogy to begin with. And then I was already taking education psychology as one of my electives and English literature. And I was volunteering at public schools back in my home country. I felt like an avenue just opened up, and that's why I fell into teaching English specifically.
For me, it's very interesting. Since small and kindergarten, my aspirations for my career changed a lot. So since small kindergarten, I wanted to be a teacher because I really wanted to play with chalks on the board. And then primary 2-3 onwards, when we were learning about science and space, I was like, I want to be an astronaut for that whole year. And then primary 5 and 6, I was like, I want to be a doctor until I realized Form 3 chemistry is awesome. And then entering into university, like right in my final year, right before final year of high school, so right before DSE, I realized the impact a teacher can have on students. Especially when when you're leaving the school, that's when teachers get too close with you, and that's when I felt like, okay, being a teacher, you do not only academically inspire kids, but also inspire kids through their characters, and also I want to be a teacher because of that.
Thank you. For me, I think I never thought about why did I want to be a teacher. It just happened so naturally. When I was a student, my teacher would ask me to play the role of a student teacher. And I got praised by it very often. That really gave me the confidence of like, oh my god, I'm good at this. And maybe I should just continue, see what happens. And then I do enjoy being a teacher, not just from just a teacher role, but also the relationship and the bond that I get to build with all the kids that I've taught. It's just that part of my life is more valuable than the knowledge that I have the honor to impart on my students. So I think that is very, priceless, and that's the favorite part of my job, I would say. And speaking of, if I were not a teacher, I was waiting for this question, I would definitely be a fashion designer. My dream job is to own my own boutique, to really promote sustainable fashion, and also have my own unique touch to my fashion brand. As you know that we're Muslim, so Muslim ladies, they usually dress more modestly, and modesty and fashion can go hand in hand. I want to break the stereotype where people think of Muslim ladies as boring looking, just, if you see a lot of typical Muslim ladies, you might have a fixation, you might have a stereotypical understanding of their outlook. You might think they just wear like a cloak, abaya, we call it abaya, and some ladies might wear even cover their face. I mean, it's all very good, but there can also be a lot of variety to it while still maintaining the modesty and also the touch of fashion. And I want to be that bridge that can, bridge the culture practice and also the modesty. So that would be my dream job.
Some advice for a student studying English, and what is the hardest part of learning English?
Very academic question.
Very good question.
Yeah. The hardest part about learning English, I'll start with that one first. I think English is a nonsense language. English has both Germanic and Latinic roots, but sometimes the grammar rules are contradictory, especially word formation when you look at the verbs. So then it's difficult from English teachers' perspective as well. The kids are like, okay, what's the pattern? How can I? And sometimes it's all arbitrary. That means random, without any basis to it, right? So I think that's the most difficult part of learning a language that's inconsistent. How do you learn any sort of language? I think is through immersion. So my biggest advice is, okay, maybe you enjoy watching YouTube videos about games. Listen to English streamers. Look at English podcasts, stuff that you already have an interest in, but in the English language. And then once you're engaged in that way, that'll really help. So like when I was learning German, I was really interested in watching anime, Japanese anime. So I would listen to it in German dub just to be able to learn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you hear it and then you have the subtitles on as well, it doesn't make sense. But over time, you start to pick up vocabulary. So that's starting from zero. None of you are starting from zero. You already have a good basis. It's all about developing and extending that.
To me, I think I would talk about two things. One is the biggest challenge, and the other one is a little tip. I think the biggest challenge is consistency. Like whatever you want to, there must be some area of your English learning experience that you would like to improve, but you will always find yourself stuck in some sort of problem because you lack consistency. Whatever you plan to do, you have to do it consistently. It might be boring, but sometimes that's the only way. But I think the tip is, I would say, build your persona.
Yeah.
Whenever you speak a language, your brain, the neurons get to rewire itself. And you can actually create a persona with that language, right? When you speak Cantonese, you're one type of person. When you speak English, you can actually add your persona. So saying that it's very powerful to play in a role. Right? Just role play is a very powerful thing, right? So to cut it short, basically.
It's true, like psycholinguistic studies have been done to prove this. But they also say fake until you make it.
Yeah, totally. I remember when I was little, I wasn't able to obviously speak English fluently, but I really loved songs. So I remember there was textbook, and nobody in my class would actually bother to listen to the textbook song. And then I actually listened to the song. I was praying every day that my English teacher would say, so who actually pay attention to the song? And one day my English teacher did ask. I'm like, me! And everybody gave me the nerd logo. And then, I just volunteered to sing the song, the textbook song. So I think it's, speaking of which, I think it's important for you to not be embarrassed of being different. If you're being different, if you stand out, when people laugh at you, so what, right? You're gaining from this experience. Years after, you're gonna laugh at it, and then you're gonna be, on the benefit end rather than the others. Just be bold. Celebrate your weirdness.
Not being able to, not being embarrassed about the mistakes that you make. Actually, I know this is a typical thing, we always say that failures lead to success, and then success leads to failure. So the mistakes that you make would make improvements faster in your head more permanently rather than the success that you always have. If you ask me about the challenge, is basically not only learning English, but the challenge is learning any second language. It's not only that you are learning a different language, completely different from your mother tongue, but also the sentence structures. The pattern differentiates from the subject-verb-object arrangement. So one could be subject-object-verb, some could be subject-verb-object, and I see a lot of common practice that we have in Hong Kong is that the locals find it difficult to avoid Chinese expressions.
Yeah.
There are direct translation of Chinese expressions in English, right? When you translate,
Mountain people, mountain
cities.
cities.
Direct translation of Chinese texts to English would definitely affect the grammar. So I think grammar is, I know it's hard to master, but as long as you listen to a lot of observing is most important. As long as you listen to a lot of English materials, English movies, English music,
Books.
talking to people. Oh yes, another thing is have allocated time, a specific time, I say an hour or two in a day to speak with one person or a group of people in English only. The more you're able to observe, the more you're able to produce, the more you're able to practice and hold it longer. That's it.
Although kids tend to speak in Chinglish with
Yes.
their friends.
Avoid Chinglish expressions so that naturally you would be able to speak within that 1 hour or two, you'll be able to converse in English completely.
It's the last question. It's more fictional. If you could have one superpower, what power would that be?
Being invisible. Anytime I want, I would love to teleport or be invisible because, like I said, I would love to get myself lost in oceans. So if I'm getting stressed or at a point if I feel like I need my time, like me time, then I would love to just instantly move to by the shore or by the sea and then watch the ocean quietly in silence.
For me, it will be the power to bring back memories in live form. So whenever I miss people that have passed away, and I can just summon that person. But I don't want to create new memories. I want to relive those memories with these, like, for example, my grandpa, I will bring him back and just relive the memory that we shared together. But instead of it playing in my head, I can experience that, interact with that. So whenever I feel the heartache, I will be able to cure it with that interaction. It will be so nice.
That's so sweet. I think soon AI will be able to create these like virtual realities. And I'll be able to experience that. For me, it's kind of similar to Miss Muthu. Fly. I need to fly. Like, you know how much as a kid I would sit and imagine just like floating off and then going wherever you wanted. I think to this day, if I were, whether it's a superpower or a special ability, flight is something that's super, super cool.
We're gonna play the game, so we're gonna do some tongue twisters. We're gonna give you some tongue twisters and you're gonna try and do it. First try.
Okay, so the first one is for Miss Muthu. The tongue twister means emphasize deep, flawless learning, and living by that knowledge. Yeah.
So sophisticated.
Okay, so now this one is for Miss Lu. 4 is 4, 10 is 10, 14 is 14, 40 is 40. Don't say 40 for 14, and don't say 14 for 40. If you want to say 4 and 10 correctly, you must rely on your tongue.
Okay, here we go. 44 10 10 40别把14说40，也别把40说14。要想说对4和10，得靠舌头和牙齿。谁说40是细习？谁的舌头没用力？谁说40是事实？谁的舌头没伸直？认真听，常练习14、40、4是4。
Okay, now this is for Miss Aamenah. Little boys or little boys uncle made little boy or little boy's auntie taste what's chutney? Chutney with a silver spoon on moonlight night.
Okay, this is a very classic tongue twister. Should be able to get it. Chutney ki chachi ne chutney ki chachi ko chandni raat mein chandni ki chamche se chutney chittai.
Just for the last part of the video, is there anything that you want to tell us?
What made you want to join College Insider?
Turn the camera around.
I want to ask.
Come here, look at the camera.
With Niall.
Love.
Love.
Oh.
For Mr. DG.
Love of learning.
Oh, cute.
Love of College Insider.
Yeah. Okay. Jason.
It's just probably I like to make podcasts and try new things. And I think it's a great opportunity to meet new people and also interact with them.
To make your life vibrant.
Yes.
Yeah, good thing you didn't say editing because they're gonna make you do it.
Yeah.
So, does this mean
Dawn.
Dawn.
yeah. College Insider podcast dropping soon?
Probably.
Stay tuned.
We'll see.
Probably.
Probably. Podcast. Dawn, your turn.
So I joined College Insider so that I can spend more time with Mr. DG.
Typical answer, not to
Love it, love it. Didn't catch it.
Jason.
Jason, yes.
College Insider is less boring than other ELA.
Ah,
less boring.
Less boring than Aamenah, Miss Lou. Less boring
Debate
than
is
other
exciting.
You should come to public speaking, all of you, and then you'll see how boring.
The college insider. College insider.
I'm kidding.
Gossip.
gossip,
Gossip.
which you
So
didn't get
it's no
any.
longer spill the tea.
We
We
didn't-
just name it as
We
gossip.
didn't really,
We don't gossip.
we didn't really
Gossip.
spill much tea today.
It's there.
Alright, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
So, what's
So we have you guys here. You've asked us a lot of questions that are like on the paper, but what is a burning question?
that you want to ask?
Yeah. You can cut this if it's like not something you don't want.
Yeah.
Give
Niall,
it a
you have a
try.
question?
I
You
know.
have a question?
Just one question.
Thousand years later.
You guys in a relationship. and the second one is how many relationships have you been?
That is too spicy. Alright.
Okay.
Why did you ask them to ask us, Miss Aamenah?
Is that the driving question?
Okay.
This is like hot seat.
I know, it's like
It's good to yeah.
now I feel the burn. Sorry guys. I'm doing this.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. A very now we said that you could ask the question. We didn't say
Nice one.
do you guys feel
Miss
comfortable
Muthu, wanna go
answering?
first?
Do you guys feel comfortable answering?
I think we can change the question.
Sure.
Yeah. I choose a male teacher to date.
That's why they're saying
like more
right.
That's not fair.
Now this is good footage because we're not saying anything. You guys are daring to ask
It's
us
a
questions.
teach content.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Or ideal type of partner.
It's a very different question. Simply put, you guys are at an age where you guys are thinking about this sort of stuff a lot, right? But what you want to be able to look at someone who matches your value system. I think that communication, someone who's good at communicating, someone who has good integrity. As young kids, you might not be thinking about these things, but the older you get, the more you really see what you end up valuing. So matching in the important areas, such as values and principles, to me is super important. It's not something that I'm willing to compromise on. So that would be my ideal type, somebody who matches my value system, ideologies, and my life perspective.
Ooh, nice. All right. I think my ideal type is someone who is good at problem solving. I think it's really important in the long run. Your attitude towards problems, towards conflict, it really guarantees whether your relationship is going to last or not. So someone who's able to solve problems, able to listen, able to communicate clearly is very important. Looks, appearance, and all that could be secondary. I value that ability a bit more. Preferably good looking. Has to be good looking. And has a good taste. Love eating as well.
And 6'5".
Yeah, much taller than you prefer. Probably with
Billionaire.
probably with glasses. Curly hair.
Owns a house.
Wearing boots.
And
Too much.
And he's a professor.
Oh, you're a professor. Intellectual.
My type would be someone who could make me laugh all day.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Like I love people who could soften the situation, even though as much as serious things could get, because it's not always fun and jokes all the time. But not to keep it like super serious, but having jokes and humor in between it. It would just make your life much easier and make you relax. Like you don't have to be very uncomfortable, serious with this person, and especially when you are going in the long run, like lifetime we're talking about, then I would want someone that I could be myself with. Second thing is someone who respects you, who values you, because in the long run, love or lust might disappear. When you're like, let's say 70 or 80, your appearance, your beauty, everything's gone. The long run what keeps is respect, right? So respect for one another. That's what
Kindness.
When they say your appearance will be gone.
you'll get old and you'll get wrinkles, right? So I'm not talking about appearance here. I'm talking about the heart-to-heart connection and the respect that you genuinely have for a person.
Wrap for today's episode 1 of Spill the Tea-cher. So stay tuned for more episodes like this. Bye.
Bye.